Hello everyone, good morning. It's Laura with Quilted Chicken, and we are here this morning to do our virtual newsletter. We get to kind of recap and catch up on all the stuff that came in this last month and all the stuff that we're looking forward to. So I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of fabrics. There's some fun projects going on, sneak peek in the background, and I'm pretty excited. We have been working extra hard, extra long hours, getting ready for the quilt show in Benton this year, Benton, Arkansas. It's going to be at the event center downtown. It's hosted by the Hot Springs Village Quilt Guild, and we'll have information about that. We'll have a link to all of their information because they have on their site, you can click and go to all of the vendors that have signed up and will be there, so you can get a sneak peek of who's going to be vending at the show there. So this month this was fabric month. This was a lot of fun stuff that came in. I can't remember if we talked already. I know I put her up on the our box unopenings. We got a bunch of the Tula Pink fat quarters. These are her basics. They're all named a type of animal. We've got a flamingo, we've got a peacock, we've got goldfish, and I forget what this one was, but it varies. It's some type of bird. It goes from, oh, let's look, does it have it on the starling? So that's those. We also got in her Parisville collection, which is a small collection. It was a throwback to her original Parisville. This is Parisville Deja Vu. We did get that line in. There's 8 SKUs, and we do have fat quarters available and half yards of that. We also got in Christmas stitched. We got a little bit of yardage for this, and we got fat quarter bundles that come with a panel. The project that we've got in mind for this one is this fun gingerbread table runner. We're going to do the runner here at the bottom. I got the brown version. I've never made red gingerbread houses, so I didn't quite know what to do with that one. But super excited. More Christmas that we got was the Holly Taylor. This is her warm wishes, warm winter flurries. And she's also got her classic Holly Taylor panel that comes with that. We did get a couple of bolts of this, just some basic blenders to go with that. We got in some of the Ruby Star Christmas. This was a collaboration from all of those designers. We got some yardage, fat quarter bundles, and jelly rolls of this. This is a really fun, whimsical line. I'm trying to find the fabric that we got. There's a reindeer, guys. There's a fun little reindeer. Look at that guy. So we have the yardage and some pre-cuts of that. We also have, we should be getting the yardage of this. This is Terry Runyon's line, Into the Woods. It is, all of her stuff is very whimsical. I don't know if I would call it strictly a children's line, but it does have very youthful prints. Look at that with the animals, the foxes and turtles and raccoons and snails. I love this. And her artwork is always so much fun, and her fabric always does so well. There's a kit for that we are going to put together. I've got the sheet. It's in the hallway, so I'm not going to run and grab that. But it's a fun kids panel. There's 2 versions. There's an orange version, and then there's a blue-green version, depending on which colorway you like for that. Also, non-Christmas related, Beverly McCullough of Flamingo Toes for Riley Blake. We got in her Daisy Fields line. We also got the fun pattern that goes with this. It's an accompaniment. It's called something with bees. And you're able to, good morning, Mom! My mom's watching. I love my mom. You're able to use a fat quarter bundle and I think a background yardage to put that quilt together. That's been a really fun project. Coming up on our pre-orders, if you watch on Facebook, they probably pop up in your feed that we added a new item. You can see the pre-orders as they're coming through. There's also a link on the website. You can go to quiltedchicken.com and scroll down. There's a pre-order tab. There's also a fun thing that I just realized on Facebook I've never seen before. There's, if I had an extra 30 minutes to go through and learn how to do it, I would have. There's a spot to click a link where I can make a link magically appear on the screen for you to click and go to, but I don't have that. So since this is just the virtual newsletter, I will have all of those links in our regular newsletter. That will go out this afternoon. Pre-orders that are open now is Nutmeg from Basic Gray. These are kind of fun, soft, muted colors with that just a little bit of pop of that salmon and some of their really fun prints. Also for pre-order, we've got Grays by Sweetwater. We are going to get the full line of this with some of the pre-cuts. There's also a panel that goes with this. I can't remember what the panel looks like, but there's a fun project to go with it. Coming up, I have not opened pre-orders yet for this. Simply Delightful. All of you ladies that reached out and said we love Sherry and Chelsea. We listened and we took a poll and we got everything together. We're going to get the full line of the Sherry and Chelsea. We're going to have some of I believe the layer cakes and maybe the mini charms, so we can cut fat quarters on this since we're going to get the full line of that. And all of you Stephanie Slowinski lovers out there, Fancy That Design House is coming out with Songbook, a new page. This is a little bit of a retake on her original Songbook line. Very similar colors, a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter with some different feel to the florals. This one's got some butterflies. It's got some fun script words in there. There's also going to be a panel to go with this. So we're going to open up pre-orders for that in just a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that. My screen went away. I have to pull it back up. Our Riley Blake, the bench pillow subscription that we've got coming up. I should get the store copy in this month so that we can start getting those made up. So you can see all of those styles. It's a lot funner to see it in person as opposed to a little tiny picture on a screen. So we'll get that put together and pull those up. Daytime Stitchers, we voted this last meeting to take a field trip this month. So this month on the 26th, we're going to meet downtown here and we're going to drive to the Crystal Hill Antique Mall. My mom visited there one time and they had a lot of wools, and we're doing the block a month by Buttermilk Basin, and of course it's in the other room. But we're gonna take a trip to there and look and see all the wools that they've got. Jelly Roll Day is this month, guys. On September the 17th, Moda hosts their annual National Jelly Roll Day, and they've got 4 new patterns that were released. We do have those in the store. We can print them out, hand them out when you buy a jelly roll this month. So I haven't decided if we're going to do a day to sew. We are working on our back room, and so we'll see where we are on that before we decide if we're going to have a sew in. I may just do a virtual introduce the day and sit and visit with you guys for a little bit. We'll see. So that's on the 17th. That's the 3rd Saturday. Our Blockheads. Guys, we are moving along on our Blockheads. That finishes up, I think, the end of this month. Do not ask me how far along we are, because we're not anywhere close to being done. I'm working on the video. We're going to get this out today, hopefully. Block 11. By Jackie McDonald. She's the designer for Sweetfire. This was her block. It's called a berry block. And of course, she did her block in the Sweet Meadow fabrics, which looked like a berry. Ours is just kind of a fun little checkerboard. Guys, this is a 4.5 inch block. Finishes to 4.5 inches. So all of these tiny pieces, they are 1/2 inch. These are so small, but they're so cute. It was absolutely worth it. And we had a little bit of a mishap on this, but if you watch the video on our YouTube, we're going to get that out. You'll see how we fixed it. We didn't have to start from scratch. So that's good. Oh, a couple of other fabrics that I missed. these came in recently, so you probably saw us unbox these, but we've got this fun world panel. If you are a homeschooler or have a homeschool friend or just have a kid that loves the world, we've got that. We also have a panel. I'd have to look, I can't remember who this is from. But it's these are not squares. I think they're a little bit longer than they are tall. But this is a fun panel that we got in. Speaking of maps and world globes, we did finish up our U.S. map. This was the linen panel that Aditya Star came out with. We do have this kitted. We're going to have this kitted and ready to sell the package at the quilt show. We also got kitted up. If you haven't seen it, I'll post a picture of it. Our Tiny Town quilt, pen and paper, has this fun pattern called Tiny Town, and we've got the kits for Tiny Town. If you can't tell by the kitting, it's a fun little house, and there's a tree block and a flower block, and there's like a duplex and a townhome. We've got the kits for those. It includes the background. I don't know if you can see this fun background. It's got different little colors, X's and O's, and all the colors of our fat quarters. We also have, I was so excited to do this. I did this because I was able to, in the evenings, do some of the cutting and ironing and pasting, so it didn't cut into any quilt time and any work time. This was a fun after hours project. This is the Laura Heine Honeybee. This is from her collage series. She's got a ton of different patterns of this same style where you literally, for this one, it was the honeybee that was just drawn out, and we got to have fun and cut and paste and do whatever we wanted on her honeybee. And because we had to cut one for ourselves, we cut one for everybody else too. We've got kits for this. This includes 56 fabrics. Most of them, I think all of these are 9 by 11. I'm working on getting kits for the featherweight, for the Singer featherweight. Hey Charlotte! I love it. I've seen some people quilt these. I've seen some people actually put them on like a stretcher frame and hang them as a work of art, so then you don't have to do any quilting. If you wanted to do something fun, some thread painting on it a little bit, you can do that. I have not decided yet what we're going to do, and because it's a crunch to quilt show, it may just look exactly like it looks now, and we'll just hang it high and back in the back so you can't see that we haven't finished it. But we do have the kits for that, so it's about 2.5 yards of fabric, and it does have the transfer paper, the pattern ease that you need to draw the image onto to work with the applique. Guys, there's another sew along, and I was tempted to not join. They sent out information for vendors, for shops to be a sponsor, to contribute to the sew along, and I thought, I'm in the middle of stuff, I don't have time. And then I finished all the quilts up that we needed for the quilt show, and we're kind of looking on schedule. So I went back in, and as a person, not as the shop, I joined the Allison Glass and Juicy Juice. They are designers for Andover Fabrics. They have a mini series, Sew Along, and the mini series literally is mini. I think this is actually the size of the block. This is their third mini sew along. So they've got 12 patterns, and if you join, and I thought, oh, I can just do the patterns and post my pictures on Instagram, but they have a ton of incentives. They have a ton of perks. There are different treats and such for the people that actually join. It's a $10 fee to join the sew along. They have a prep week, which is this week, which is the 1st through the 6th, and then, it starts on the 12th. Let me have to read this again. Anyways, they have a prep week, and then every Tuesday they send you out an email with all the information for the block that they're going to do. You can also go on Instagram if you follow hashtag mini series SAL, all one word. That one or mini series SAL 2022. There are videos. I know that Giuseppe released a video yesterday on just some tips and tricks that he has for sewing the miniatures, because I literally think that some of the pieces on this finish at like 1/4 of an inch. In the pattern, I haven't opened this one up, but the pattern does have different sizes for the blocks, so you don't have to be totally afraid of something being this tiny. And it is paper piecing. There is a printout in here that you can transfer to your transfer paper. But there's a series schedule. I did print this out last night. I'm excited. We may or may not do videos with that, but they have blocks every week, and then they've got some bonus sewing weeks where you've got some bonus blocks, or it gives you a couple of catch-up weeks, which is really nice. So even though we're in the middle of our Moda Blockheads, we thought we'd give this a try too, so we'll see. To go along with this series, if you watch or follow, even if you can even tell by the picture on the pattern, it's kind of a gradation. It goes rainbow. You've got all of your fun little Roy G. Biv colors. And so we went through on our design wall, our color wall, and picked and sorted through and found all of these beautiful colors. So if you are trying to fill in some fabrics for your block, or if you want to start fresh, we've got a pretty good selection. On our Etsy shop, I've got all of these broken down into 6 fat quarter bundles, and they're all named something fun. We've got sand, we've got surf, we've got fire, water, earth, and wind. We've got grass, we've got snow, we've got all kinds of fun different colors, and they each correspond to what's included in the fat quarter bundle. So those are on the Etsy shop. They are not on the website yet, but we will get those posted up on the website. So I think that's about it. Let me check my page again. The screen keeps going off, and I'm not tech savvy enough to remember how to make it not go away. So we talked about kits. We talked about our sew along. We talked about our bench pillow. That's it, guys. I'm all done. We made it through. I'm gonna have to stop and take a break and digress. I actually have to finish editing our Blockheads video. The internet is very slow, and in the middle of doing everything, I was clicking too fast, and the computer said, "No, says I." So it's working. That little spinning, yeah. So I'll get back to that. We'll get the newsletter out. We'll get all the links, all the info, all the fun pictures to look at. So in the meantime, if you need anything, give us a shout, give us a call, just come and say hi. So this is Laura. We'll see you next time. Bye.